Line's nice, a little tight if anything.
Upway. We can go, but
I probably want it tighter than. Yeah. All right.
good.
69.
Good morning, curlers. Again, it is still the morning.
Not quite as good on that.
We have already had a really interesting game in our featured sheet this morning.
Oh no!
But we are marching towards lunchtime, and we have a really intriguing one. I think this one will be a cracker for us to watch in our featured game here at Baden Masters 2024 edition. We are watching our returning visitors from the US, Team Corey Dropkin. Welcomed them last year. And they are up against the vice Swiss champions, Andre Schnider's team, with a couple of lineup changes from last year. We are just about 5 or 10 minutes behind the other games. Schnider's team did not play yesterday. They had the bye yesterday evening, so to make it fair, both teams have a short practice before the game so that Schnider's team get a feel for the ice. And Corey Dropkin's team,
Line's nice!
they did not have a happy start yesterday. They were playing
Line's
Team
good.
Klima. Strong supporters of this competition,
Line's
the Craik
okay.
boys, and it was Klima's team who ran out 7-2 winners yesterday
Always
evening.
straight.
So Dropkin's
Whoa,
team
whoa,
looking
whoa,
for
whoa,
their
don't
first win
overlap.
here in Baden 2024, and Schnider's
Okay.
team looking for a bright start.
Kom eens zo, man. Gewoon af. Richtig gut. Alles Lenny. Nur Lenny. Richtig gut. Hier. Hier.
We will say hello to the teams in just a minute.
Hier. Hier.
We did last stone draw before this game.
Hard.
As I said, Andrew's team, they had bye yesterday evening, so no opportunity for them to do last stone draw already.
It's not in!
But that doesn't seem to have affected them badly, and they are the ones with hammer. They had a superior last stone draw after this morning's practice, and it is they who start with last stone playing red. And if you remember, ladies and gentlemen,
Line's
Corey
good!
Dropkin, he was so overheated last year, it was so hot that he was down to a tank
Top four,
top.
guys!
And it's pretty hot again,
Clean.
I must say, but everybody looks to be
Clean!
in full uniform at the moment.
14-8. Hard, 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 hard. Keep going. Good spot. Good sweep.
Shot, coach. Probably 14. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Curl. 15 wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Like their draw was a 15-4, I think. That's it, yep. Good. High one.
But it's the Americans who have jumped out the blocks a little bit brighter this morning. Throwing yellow, they have nice centre guard, touching that centre line. We are playing the no-tick rule. That means as well as free guard zone for first 5 rocks.
Line will
If
be
your
good.
stone is touching
Line will be
the
good.
centre line, you are not allowed to tick
Hard, guys.
that shot away from the centre line. It does, though, in fact, have to be over.
Keep going, keep going,
Otherwise,
keep going.
it's not protected
Great
at
sweep.
all. That was a great sweep, crikey. Those boys had good breakfast this morning. I think that's touching Andre, but doesn't matter because free guard zone is over.
How's that?
Come on,
Nice
go.
up. Good.
The Swiss, though, not wanting to get into any sort of pickle in this first end of their competition. Just wanting to clear some space out front, close to getting the two of them, but just one guard removed so far. We have a feast of early lunchtime curling out there on the ice over on sheet 1. I'll keep you updated there because we don't have a camera on sheet 1. It is Team Klima from Czechia who won against Dropkin yesterday evening. They are playing Bruce Mouat's team from Scotland, who also had a strong start yesterday. They beat Kyle Waddell's team in the evening draw. So they do battle on sheet 1. On sheets 3 and 4 on the static cam.
Line's nice.
On 3, goodness me, is this a tasty lineup. We have reigning Scottish champions Whyte up against the world junior champions and bright young things Høstmælingen of Norway. So you definitely want to have your iPad or your phone fired up to watch that in the background. And no less fascinating, over on sheet 4, we have Gösgens team from Netherlands. Always difficult to beat, always very aggressive play, loads of stones in play. Finalists here a couple of years ago. And they are up against the Swiss champions, Schwaller's team. However, you may be surprised to learn both of those teams looking for their first win. Gösgens team, they had a close game against Whyte from Scotland last night, but it was Whyte's team running out the winners, and Team Schwaller's team, the Swiss champions, they were up against fellow Swissies. And my favourite team, it is the most popular man in curling, Yves Stocker's team, and goodness me, they chased them off the ice in 6 ends.
Lines are hair tight.
7 ends. That was a huge win, 8-3 for Stocker. And their reward is Yves' team has the morning off, and Schwaller's team are looking for their first win. So all kinds of excitements going on sheets 1 to 4.
Hey, good pair. Nice start. I feel like going in if he goes over the top here. Question is, do we try to come around or stay on top?
Whoa! Whoa!
I thought it was on top.
Yeah.
You can tap it at the foot, isn't it terrible?
We will be keeping an eye on all 4 games going on.
It looks like it's having a nice time getting to the line.
We have plenty of curling. We have 20 teams here in the Baden Masters 2024. We have last year's champions and current world bronze medalists, the #1 ranked team in the world. So Retornaz 2 out of 2 so far in their competition. We have the current European champions on the left of your screen there, Team Mouat from Scotland.
All right.
We have the current Scottish champions, Whyte, on sheet 3. We have the Olympic champions, Team Edin, who also lost yesterday to Team Høstmælingen. But they won this morning against our visiting Canadian team, Team Chandler.
Like similar to draw shot here, or is it?
The reigning Olympic and world champions then, getting off to a win, or rather, not quite getting off to a winning start, but getting a win on the board this morning. So yeah, if you're missing the Olympics, you can watch curling all day instead. Woot woot.
Nice ad.
Line's good.
Nice ad. Line's good.
Line's real good. Little room.
Tom to rock.
Tom. Tom. Can't hurt it. Curl.
Hard, guys.
Hard, Tom. Keep going.
Hard, Tom.
Hard, Tom.
Getting good.
All
Keep
the way.
going.
Hard.
Keep going.
Hard right to stop. Go, 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 go.
A lot of yellow then in play in this first end.
Nice judge.
Andrew Schnider's life not easy with their first game in this competition.
maybe.
So yeah, I think this is the best idea. Let's just bail out this end.
Just trying to make sure to give it a nice ad.
Let's just make sure no damage done this end, and
Okay.
make sure we're not giving away points.
Whoa!
And Andre off to a happy start there. Takes a big swing at that.
You like the same ice or you like a hair left?
Clears the whole lot. He does leave a guard out front, but I'm being awfully picky.
Good.
Same ice is close. Like,
That's
I
got
think
rid
if
of
you're
a whole
that
lot of trouble. Good job, sir.
Okay with the hair less.
Let's watch this. 1, 2, 3. Raise double takeout. Rolls the shooter and everything.
Make it again.
Confident start from
Try to give you guys similar
the
weight.
Swiss vice champion.
Good ad. Just clean early.
Line's similar. Line's good.
Stay close, guys.
Stay close for line, Tom. Close, Tom. Yep, yep. Yep. Curl. Keep going.
Careful! Careful!
So the Americans then with a chance to hide one in behind that centre guard left out front. And they're certainly in behind, but that's slipped beyond T-line. And plenty of space for the Swiss to follow that in and get to that all-important
I give it a little more on the ad.
front
I thought I was
forefoot.
sliding the hair slower.
It's the Swiss who have last stone. It was Andre Schnider who had the better last stone draw, and he will be summoning that again.
Yeah, it's very slow. It's slower than the draw shot.
The last one didn't quite get that finish, so I didn't think it would
That
go
was
in.
A bit slower than the draw shot, the Americans say.
Tommy getting spicy.
Did a little bit there, didn't he?
Just say two different things. It's like, yeah, that's curling, you know?
How's this look?
Whoa.
It's on the similar.
Wait only.
Is that hair hot?
Yeah, maybe.
Mind if I take this?
Yeah, you got it. Craik.
Final throw of the first end for our featured game here. I don't, maybe it wasn't much slower than the last short draw. After a magnificent hoover
I think
in-
for the
for his first throw, Andre he overthrew that one a bit. And that will be a steal of 1 to the Americans.
draw. I think probably for that last one we just got to be a little more on
So
our
they
side,
seem
gotta
to have
be a little
settled into the
clear.
game
It's,
a little bit easier. The Americans, they were on ice last night. Schneider's team had the bye. So maybe just taking an end just to get the feel of the ice, find the weight and so on. But yeah, a score of -1 in the first end, very far from a catastrophe.
Yeah, that's probably good. Probably right, yeah. I think that one finished a little bit better than my first one. So that guy I'm probably trying to soft guard a little bit. So we're doing a good end. Another good end here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was that big a deal. Yeah, you know. Like, it's a big deal for the shot. I just don't think we did anything that wrong. Just like, yeah. I don't think we need to overreact to that one.
Tight side of half.
Well, yeah, but it's also like, you know.
Tight tight.
I'm not sure that was processed as much as it was just.
Halfway.
Line's good, a little tight if anything.
We gotta go for everything.
Hard, guys.
Similar idea then, strategy-wise, for Corey Dropkin's team from the US.
Okay. Good.
They're looking for their first win.
Noch.
They lost to Klima's team yesterday evening, and Schnider's team looking for their first win because they didn't play yesterday evening.
Linie gut.
They're overthrowing again a little bit, the Swiss. And that's not going to be too helpful to them.
Stop.
Still finding their ice feet a little bit. How did everyone else get on in their first end? On sheet 1, we have Klima
9-5.
on a win from yesterday evening against current European champions Mouat's team. And it was a score of
Clean.
1 to Klima in the first end.
Curl.
On sheet 3,
Clean.
we have
Yep.
current Scottish champions up against current world
Good
junior
toss.
champions. It's Whyte's team from Scotland against Høstmælingen from Norway, and a bright start for the Scots. Big score of 2 in that first end.
It felt like
A statistically excellent start for them. But we know all about this bright young Norwegian team. Not afraid to have loads of stones in play. Take on some really aggressive shots. So definitely have your phone or your iPad keeping an eye on that game in the background. And over on sheet 4,
Well done.
we have Gösgens team from Netherlands. Another always aggressive team, very confident, playing with lots of stones in play. And they are up against Schwaller's Swiss champions.
Nu nog.
But both of them lost yesterday as well.
Top
We've had a
8.
whole bunch of surprise results already. But that was a score of 1 to Walter's Netherlands rink in the first end. We have
Okay, line's good.
4 groups of 5 teams, 20 in total.
Easy.
You will play all the other teams in your
Line's
group,
good.
so everyone plays at least 4 games.
Gotta curl
At
a
the
little bit.
conclusion of round robin, the top 2 teams in the group will qualify
easy.
for quarterfinals.
Easy.
No, sorry, that's not right. It's the top
Good
8
spot.
teams in the competition qualify for
Good guys,
quarterfinals.
58.
So if you've won all 4, off to the quarterfinal you go. If you have won 3 out of 4 games, you will also qualify. And typically, we have a whole bunch of teams who are on 2 and 2. And in that case, it goes to the last short draw. There's always some nervous nails getting bitten
Curl.
on Saturday afternoon, waiting to see who has the best draw shot challenge.
Okay. Nu nog.
halfway-ish.
Halfway. Little high of half is okay.
Pretty conservative stuff in our featured game. We can say hello to the teams on ice. Prior to the player on your screen, we have Tom Howell
Okay, that's good.
playing lead for the
We're a little
Americans,
tight.
throwing
Careful. Careful,
now.
guys.
It is
We gotta
Mark
just
Fenner
gotta let it
at
rest.
second. At third is Andrew
Careful, guys.
Stopera. Fourth and skip is Corey Dropkin.
Okay.
for the Swiss.
Boy!
Already thrown in the second end. Their
That
lead
would run
thrower
a hair
is
better.
Christian Heinemann. Second thrower in your picture is Baptiste Defago. Third thrower is Dean Hurleman. Fourth and skip is Andrin Schnider.
Go. Clean. Yep. Go. Achtung. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So the Americans pretty comfortable in the second end. They got a steal of a point in the first end. Their objective fairly similar. They just don't want Switzerland to have chances to build points. But we're only in the second end. The US in no particular hurry. It's the Swiss who have last stone. It's the Swiss who need to try to build something, try to build some chances.
Hard! Hold it there, hard! Hard! Stay on it, stay on it! Great sweep, buddy. Nice sweep.
That was a good sweep from the American. And oh, look at that. Very nice little roll behind mostly cover.
There's like a
But
bump.
with this ice being as curly as it is,
Yeah.
there should be enough space to sneak a stone around on a more gentle weight. First throw of the second end for Dean Hurleman.
Go. Curl. 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 Curl.
Turn around. So slower than the other side.
Top button, top four!
El sax.
Yeah, like I didn't think your
So
guard was
still quite conservative from the Swiss as well, though. They maybe feel like they didn't quite have their T-weight in the first end, and maybe just thinking, let's just keep things clean rather than letting stones build up of any colour at the moment.
Clean!
First throw of the second end for,
Okay, stay close!
sorry, second throw of the second end for Andrew Stopera.
Whoa! Clean!
I'm very happy to welcome
Clean.
our American friends
Girl.
back again. They supported this competition several times.
Oh.
They were here last
44.
year.
All right, Andrew.
I
Good throw.
guess they must have had a nice time because they've come back to support again.
Good. Yeah.
Bene 4.
Good judge,
Erst
guys.
vierter Sack.
It's a popular competition. We had a full roster of 20 teams pretty quickly. We had a waiting list with 4 or 5 slow pokes. If you want to play in Baden, you have to be organised.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Whoa, dan. Chris, ja.
And yeah, still not quite firing on all cylinders, the
I think
Swiss.
the same ice as yours, and if I'm just a little bit, if I've got less weight, it should curl up a little nicer.
And now they are starting to get into a bit of trouble in the second end.
Okay, let's do a little bit less ice then, right here. Because you're thinking mine's probably hanging a little bit too,
might have hair
more than yours. All right. How are we running here, you think? Compared to last end too? So you think what I threw on that last shot last end is probably pretty good for you then? Okay. Okay. Yeah, even top 12 too, if we, even that's not even bad. All right.
New front end in Andrew's team this year.
Careful early.
Andrew and Dean still here from last time, but a
Line's
couple of new
good.
faces. Baptiste and
Line's real
Christian.
good. Hey, get it here. Line's good. Okay, well done. Well done.
Tommy, stay close.
A little bit, Tom. Yep.
Yep.
Ah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Wow. Sorry, guys. Good read. I just didn't completely trust that. My bad. Kind of hit on the pro side a little bit too much.
Similar situation then as we were looking at in the first end. It's just not quite finding the right weight and overthrowing a bit when underthrowing would probably be a little more helpful.
Yeah, probably.
And
The back one, try to make
with his
a
first
roll
shot,
under.
Andrew Schnider really trying to give himself a chance to do
That'd be a heck of a shot if he
something
makes that.
with his final throw. So another big leg drive
Tight.
from Andre. And not quite finding the right angle there again. Oh dear, he's going to be facing a very tricky task with this final throw,
That
Andre.
or it's the guard up there.
They need to settle into this game, the Swiss vice champions.
Where?
At this level, a game can quickly get away from you.
Whatever you like. What? I don't think.
Do we know what it's gonna be like further out? Okay. All right. So we had right there for that one. How's that look?
It's good, I think.
Yeah. Like 4 to 6 more feet out of hands for.
No particular danger for the
Okay,
US
yeah,
here.
that
They
last
just
one,
want to find a
careful,
nice spot that frustrates the Swiss.
So I'm aiming for like a.
All the pressure's on the Swiss team at the moment.
Roger that. Doing good.
Nice setup if you're yellow. So final throw of the second end for
Good ad.
the American skip,
Line's
Corey
good.
Dropkin.
Where are we? Line's real good.
Yep.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Careful, Tom. Tom. Line's really good. I think you just let it stop. Line's really good. It doesn't need to curl. See, line's good.
Shot, Cor.
That slipped a little bit further than they wanted.
Way better.
And
Yeah,
that's maybe given
I didn't
Andrew
think that was going to be
Schnider
that deep.
a get it jail free. Corey
I wonder
saying, I didn't think it was going to be that deep. He didn't think it would travel on that far. But still not at all an easy throw for Andrew Schnider here, facing 2 yellow shots there.
Good judge. Good end, guys. Yeah, you're right. I had them on just because I thought it was, I didn't think it was going to be that deep. Well, I also think, because we mentioned that it might be a bit more fresh out there, but like maybe that's like to start the game type of fresh, like as quick as.
Final shot of the second end for Andrew Schnider. And he really needs to steady the ship a bit, the Swiss skipper. Big sweep from the front end. Line looks really nice, and this looks like a really good sweep. Is it going to make it? It certainly cancelled one, but it was a big ask to get all the way to the pin. So a brave effort from Andre. He'll be happy that his weight was really perfect there. And a good sweep from his front end. But yeah, we need to just tighten up a bit the Swiss outfit.
Nice draw.
They can't really afford to keep giving up stolen ones here. They need to start building with their last stone advantage. But yeah, the Americans will be happy with their start. That's another steal on the board for them. And in our featured game here at Baden Masters 2024, it is Corey Dropkin's team from the US. They are leading the Swiss vice champions, Andre Schnider's team, 2-0.
Okay.
Already bad or it hasn't got good yet?
Good draw.
Yeah.
You think it was there for one for us?
What's that?
Was it there for scoring, you think?
With a little more rotation,
Yeah.
maybe. Get that thing to spin in there.
Yeah.
So still very early days
Halfway tight.
in our featured early lunchtime game
Line's
in
good.
Baden. But it's the Americans who have got off to a brighter start here.
Go ahead then. Go ahead then.
And they're just going to stick with that plan. It's working for them.
Okay. Good, Tom.
Tom Howell throwing very nicely with his first two stones in the first and second and now the third end.
Not as good as it was the first end, I don't think.
The Swiss are really going to have to start trying to build something, give themselves chances to use that last stone advantage.
Yep. Good Phil. Go. Okay.
So an aggressive start then. Nice throw from Christian Heinemann.
Top 8.
Nice corner guard. We saw this beautifully in this morning's game. James Craik's team urgently needing 2 points. And their lead thrower, Blair Haswell, throwing a perfect corner guard, a perfect draw around.
Clean.
And they spent the next 5 stones setting up the chance to score 2
Line's good.
with the final throw, and they did.
Let it sit. Let it check up here. Stay close,
Andre will be wanting to do something pretty similar.
14-4. Go it a little bit here. Yep. Okay. Very nice. Good judge, guys.
Freeze! Baptiste, curl.
I'm not quite finding the roll. Andre's team,
Like board or hack? Okay.
certainly a different start than the past couple of ends. Yeah, they need to switch this up, start getting stones in place, start building an end.
Clean. Yep. Clean. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
Gosh, their sweeping's been on point this morning, the Americans. Look at that.
Hard, buddy. Go.
Makes it round that guard by molecules.
I think.
Yep.
And what a shot that is.
Swim.
And they need to hang tough here, the Swiss. They need to have good courage. Setting up a 2, never easy. You need to start making some precision shots. This looks nice from second thrower Baptiste Fago. Is he just going to roll a bit too far? Oh, that's a pity. Sorry, that's already Dean Hurleman throwing. Oh, geez, have they switched their order again? Or did someone forget their shirt? They've certainly been experimenting with their throwing order, Schnider's team, trying to maximise their skills. You see that a lot more in the game these days. It's not always the same person who's good at throwing fourth, who's necessarily good at skipping, with the strategy.
Leave it.
You see all sorts of combinations. Of skip, fourth thrower, vice skip.
Go now, go to 4.
They should be out.
Yeah. Good sweep.
Richtig gut. Alles Lenny, richtig super. Achtung. Richtig gut.
Quite some work to bring that corner guard into play, so this is a wise strategy. Let's just try to get to the centre first. Oh, but they didn't quite call that correctly. I'm not sure if the sweepers maybe didn't realise that it needed a bit more, or if it maybe curled differently than they were expecting. You could see the weight was okay actually. I think the sweepers could probably have worked that into the front rings, but still better short than long. That's the tolerance for that shot. Now we have a red stone just in front of house that we can punch back. So if you have a good weight, then if you need to go to plan B, better chance of a good result.
Hard line!
But yeah, still all happy in the US camp.
Hard!
They just need to keep putting this pressure on Switzerland. They're getting mistakes from them early in this featured game.
Go, Cooch! Go, buddy! Go, 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 go,
Yeah, it's a bit of a battle of the sweepers at the moment. Indeed, Tom's rail announcements. Team Dropkin really add their Weetabix for our non-British viewers. That's a particularly good energy-giving breakfast, and definitely whatever the Americans had for breakfast is working. They may indeed have had muesli, clock. There's a particularly nice breakfast dish called Berche muesli, and it's muesli with kind of some fruits and cream, and well, cream if you're being extravagant, or some yogurt or so, and that's very good preparation for a big day's curling. Breakfast is part of the package here. The restaurant is set aside for the players all weekend.
They're third, but I think we gotta hit it. Give me like 9-5.
Okay.
We're hitting the third shot.
9-5.
It's not buried though.
It won't be very.
Whatever this.
To the forefoot. Okay.
Battling valiantly, Andrew Schnider's Swiss team, but they're just not quite finding the right angles, the right weight, and as we said, you don't get a chance to settle into these games at this level. Schnider's team didn't play yesterday evening. It seems like they had a good practice. They started off with last stone.
Line's good.
But taking a little while to warm up out there.
Careful.
Whereas
Running. It's running.
Corey Dropkin's team from the US,
How deep?
they lost to Klima's team from Czechia
Go right
yesterday
here.
evening,
Straight.
and very
Straight.
keen on
Hard.
fixing
Hard.
that with a win today.
That's fine. Okay. Okay. Good try. Like Max on the ice and
And another
you get a 14-1.
fine enough throw from the US. Nobody's put the score up, but that was another steal of 1 point in the second end. It's 2-0 to the Americans. We're in the third end. It's the Swiss who really need to find exactly the right angles, exactly the right weight, and for the US, a little bit wide or a little bit shorter.
Right.
Not so much of a disaster, really. They just have to keep putting stones in play, keep playing towards that centre, keep making life difficult for the Swiss vice champions.
Whoa. They're kind of skidding backwards a little bit. Like they're. Oh. Yeah.
Achtung. Hier. Hier. Hier.
Oh dear, Swiss, this isn't it. I'm not sure what happened to that shot. It was, I think, a little bit wide and a little bit heavy, and that's rarely a successful tolerance. I'll say this for Andrew Schnider, he never knows when he's beaten. You and I might be in the middle of a game and wondering what time the next train home is.
All right, guys.
But that's not what he thinks.
Top four, top button.
He is such a fighter.
Like throw that speed, or it's gonna play that speed. Okay. Got it. So I need to give you guys like a 15 here, 10, 15. Okay. A second draw will be a little bit too much for you. Okay.
He's going to need all of that fighting spirit, though, Angie. They need to steady this ship, the Swiss, otherwise this game is in danger of starting to get away from them. We do play 8 ends, but they're really struggling to build an end here.
Good. Line's good.
Line's nice.
Line's real good. Touch the room right now.
Room.
The path to
Middle
points
room.
just getting
Line's
harder
good.
and harder
Line's good
in this third
Straight.
end for them.
Line's good. Right here.
And that's to take nothing away from the US. They are getting a lot of target
6.
practice here.
Great shot, Corey.
And isn't that always the way when the game's not quite going your way?
Nice judge, guys.
You're just catching an edge, you're just not quite finding your weight, and when you're already a couple of points up, thank you, Corey, for putting the score up. When you're already a couple of points up, you can't miss.
Minefield. Yeah, right. Good line call. With that one timeout.
14-7.
Ja, aber wann du nur die zwei weg an den Zielen da, ne?
If they're getting a 15-8, I mean, full
Ja,
swap.
komm, leck mich dann.
Yeah.
Well, you've got 2 stones to sort this out, Andre.
Almost overcurled it tonight.
Even if they freeze one in there, though, I think we got that yellow slash over here.
I think he reckons there is still space to roll up against the back yellow there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Play the out turn, you think, at that?
Yeah, you have a little bit of air. Not that you're ever getting close to that guard, but you
Huge shot this for Andrew Schnider, or he is going to be in a world of pain with his final throw.
Like a tight slide or just a little
You can see just at the bottom corner of the screen there, that's the overhead. Ew, 1, 2, 3, 4 yellows. So we've got a few Dropkin fans in the chat. Michaela in the US, she's cheering for Corey's team. And Teresa as well, she's cheering for Dropkin's team. Oh, Andrew, dear oh dear. Ay, 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 I think you are going to find that door closed, young man. So happy news for the team Dropkin fans, but
I think that's the best shot.
goodness me,
He's still going to have this draw.
not off to a nice start. Schnider's team, and goodness me, he is going to be facing a howler with his last throw.
That's not bad either.
He might be able to run it into his crotch here, but this guy always sticks here. I think that's the shot. And if it's
Just
coming a
all
little bit
not
deep,
quite
the
finding their
corner
way,
feels
and
not bad.
really
But I think that's
overthrowing
planned for
when
this, just make sure the
underthrowing
line's right, so
would be
get
more
the
useful.
draw. So that was right here.
Let's see what's going on elsewhere over on sheet 1. It is Klima of Czechia versus current European champions Bruce Mouat of Scotland. And cagey game over there.
Just go top 12
Ones
to
have
block
been
that draw,
exchanged, and
if
it
the
is
weights
2-1 to
and
Klima
line's looking good, we can
after
go to
3
corner freeze
ends.
on our yellow.
On sheet 3,
Yeah, we're just playing for top 12.
it is
I'll throw for tight guard.
the crown prince of Scottish curling and current Scottish champions. It is Ross Whyte's team,
That was it.
and they are playing
That was a
Bright Young
thought that I
Things
just
from
had,
Norway
but-
and current junior world champions
little more.
Høstmælingen's team.
A little more.
And they bounced straight back with a 2, the Norwegians, in the second end. But I'm not sure what happened in the third because they haven't put the score up.
Second one last
But
end,
as we
right?
thought, a pretty
You know,
close
the
game
quick
over
guy.
there. Close also on sheet 4. It is Gösgens team from Netherlands. They are playing Yannick Schwaller's Swiss champions. Both of those teams looking for their first win.
Careful.
Line's good. Right here.
That is
Clean.
1 each.
Line's good.
After 2 ends, they are still
Clean.
It can be
discussing
in.
the third.
Yeah, line's, it never
Line's
needs to
good.
go. Just needs to stop right now.
Clean.
Right to my broom. Just let it stop.
Good spot, Corey.
And indeed, that door that Andrew Schnider was trying to get through with his first shot is firmly closed. Yeah, you're going to need something special here, lad.
Good on.
And for the sake of good curling,
Perfect.
let's hope they can
Good.
pull some sort of rabbit out of a hat.
Yeah.
The overhead in the bottom left of our screen, that shows us what we're looking at. Yeah, there is not a nice shot here, is there?
Off what? Off that red? Ooh, I think they're touching that top 8.
It's facing 3 US counters.
Back on that outside red. Slash that. Just kick that yellow. I don't think I ever wanted to throw in that shot.
Huge shot then for Andrew Schnider already in the third end of our featured game here in Baden. Otherwise, they may not be featuring much longer. So come on, Andrew. Oh, well done, sir. That would have been a catastrophe if someone had fallen on the stone. Dear, oh dear. Oh, no. Oh, dear. A brave try, but he overcorrected, didn't he? He was a bit too long with his first throw. Took a little bit too much off the line. Looked great. But this game turning into a bit of a nightmare for André Schnider's Swiss team. And in contrast, going better and better for the smiley Americans. Well, that certainly makes the strategy quite straightforward.
Good end.
They have got no choice but to be aggressive from now on.
Feels right.
We will see all the Swiss stones in play.
Top 4, top 12.
And again, for the sake of good curling, and I've certainly a soft spot for André Schnider's team. Let's hope they can tighten up a bit. Let's start getting some shots in play here. But yeah, as I said, it's often the way when the game is just not going for you. You just can't find the right line, you can't find the right weight. Whereas when you're a few points up already, you can't miss. We do have plenty more curling coming up all weekend. We're on sheet 2 with the active cam. Sheets 3 and 4 on the static cam. So you can definitely watch both at the same time. We have 3 more rounds today.
Line's nice, guys.
The late lunch, mid-afternoon round.
14-7.
Next on the featured game, it will be the mighty team Edin from Sweden, winners of this competition multiple times, and they will be playing the team from Germany, Team Totzek. The early evening draw is an absolute cracker. It is Yannick Schwaller's Swiss champions against Whyte Scottish champions. And that was probably the first game that I put down on my list to watch. I think that will be an absolute cracker. And then later on this evening, we will get our second look at our brand new team from Philippines. We watched them yesterday have a super game against Retornaz, the Italians. Pushed them all the way to the final throw. And the Philippines men's team, they will be playing Brunner's Swiss team this evening at 8:30. So we have a feast of curling for you. If you're missing watching Olympics, don't worry, you can watch curling all day.
Spike the 8-foot. Line's nice. Curl for light.
Aha, over on sheet 3, they have put the score up. And as we
keep going, get to the line.
Superb battle going on over there. It's a 2 again for Whyte's team.
Good sweep, guys.
After 3 ends, they are leading Lucas Høstmælingen's
Good pair.
Norwegians 4 points to 2. And a happy score for Dutch fans over on sheet 4. Gösgens aggressive Dutch team picked up a big score of 2 against Schwaller. And it is the Dutch who are leading 3 points to 1 after 3 ends. It's an interesting situation when you're a few points down like this. If you're lead thrower, like Christian Heinemann, you can have a very successful game actually. You can play close to 100% because you're really setting up the end. You can see 2 really nice corner guards, a double corner guard over there. Full points to Christian Heinemann, and then it's really up to the rest of your team to work their way, getting those corner guards into play, working their way towards setting up a 2.
Half in the 8. Line's
So
nice.
yeah, you can really have a perfectly
room.
satisfying game at lead.
Okay, line's good.
because it's up to everyone else to make the most
Just
of your
clean.
shots.
Just my broom. Just my broom. It's a great spot. Really nice.
How do you manage to almost trip both of us? How did he manage to almost trip both of us?
We have representation from 11 countries here.
Clean. Yep. Yep.
We have 5 Swiss teams, home teams. We have 5 teams from Scotland. We're always very well supported from Scottish teams at this competition. We have 2 teams from our neighbours in Germany, and we have 1 each from Canada, US, Sweden, Netherlands, Norway, Czechia, Philippines, and Italy. And the good news is, all of our all of our international visitors will be featured at least once on the live stream. And of course, we will be watching the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and the final all together as well.
Just leaked a little bit. Slide was nice.
So finally, the beginnings of a comeback maybe from the Swiss team. They do have a corner guard in play. They do have a red out front.
Richtig ist gut. A Platz.
They need to be strong mentally here, the Swiss. It is a mountain to climb, but they've got 5 ends, and it is possible.
Okay.
That coming up a little bit short, but again, it's absolutely no use if it's behind tee or through the back. May as well be a little bit out front.
What? Just a little too short. The second drop, the season.
Yep! Yep!
Easy tactics for the US. They just want to remove stuff, please. Oh, an excellent stone gathering from the American front end there. Excellent poise and balance, collecting stones, scattering all over the place.
Good and just kind of leaked it.
That's kind of what I felt. Like I didn't want to be too through it because like sometimes I just, you know, throw it up the line like that.
Richtig gut. Warte. Wie lang? Whoa. Curl. Curl.
Every shot difficult now for the Swiss.
Yeah, curl.
This is a lovely throw though. That's exactly what they need through that little skinny gap.
Like this.
And finally, we have some pressure on the Americans. Finally give them a question to answer. That's what we needed from the Swiss team. That's how they will potentially get a mistake, or that's their best chance of getting a mistake from the US, but they've not been giving up much so far, the Americans.
Good.
So that shot a little bit fancier, or not as fancy as it looks,
Very nice.
because there is still a guard out front.
Wir sind nicht im Haus nachher. Ich will noch mal da.
It wasn't crawling up to get to the other side.
The advantage is,
Good
if
shot.
they would
Nice
go
throw.
for the same shot next time, it will be a yellow they're driving back, not a red.
First or second one?
Not the first.
But Andre Schnider can't
first
afford
one,
to
you
worry
can
about that
very
just
good.
now.
Ah,
He
that
needs
second one
that
surprised
shot
when I
back
took
where
that
it was,
look.
please.
Billy was a little tight. Trying to get it back.
like through and back, so I thought it would hang because you're hitting it from that inside track.
Richtig ist gut, Achtung!
Still like the same shot here?
Whoa.
On the left of our screen, that's sheet 1.
If they're second, if they're third, I don't know.
I'm keeping an eye on that game. That's the only sheet that we don't have cameras on, and that was a score of 2 for Mouat in the 4th end. So it is now the reigning European champions. They are 3-2 ahead over Klima from Czech Republic. And that's a nice throw again from the Swiss. Finally starting to string a few good shots together.
Versus playing this. Okay. Really knows.
Seemed like mine didn't do anything too much.
Yeah, it won't do too much. Easy peel. Easy peel. Sorry?
Easy peel, says Corey Dropkin to the sweepers.
Der erste ist 15-3, der zweite ist 14-9.
They're still pretty well placed, so they don't need a fancy run back here.
Yep.
Whoa!
Whoa! Yep! Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! No! Thanks.
They do nevertheless get a fancy run back. And as we said, yeah, it was a yellow they were driving by this time. So if that had hung around, would have been more trouble for the Swiss. But they just can't seem to get a break here, the Swiss. Look at that, another nice run back. Picking out that red, carefully swept to exactly the right place.
That's pretty soft.
And they really need to concentrate now, Switzerland. It's a very tough situation to be 5 down. They do have enough ends to get back into this game, but they need to be really mentally strong. They have to play these aggressive shots that take all 4 players to throw beautifully, and then they just have to put it out of their heads that, yeah, the Americans are going to be having a lot of hits, are going to be destroying all of that good work if they can, and they need to not let that get them down.
What's their shot for 2 if we guard? The red?
Like if he freezes like dead nose,
Achtung,
the red on the nose, and probably saves 2 reds, right?
First throw of the 4th end. We're approaching the halfway in our featured game at Baden Masters 2024.
Like the one in the top 12?
Yeah, I think they've finally found exactly the right line.
I don't know if we need to smash, because if we ever...
That yellow is still lying short, but that red, very nice and safe in front of
I
it.
don't think it's ever. I think it's just guarding. I think we guard this guy up here, and then he's got to play this, and this yellow's always staying.
He's playing like the in off for 2, but
That's fine. You can do that.
Yeah, I quite like just rolling up to the yellow, right on top of the stag's head, our stag who's mooing at the moon or something.
halfway-ish.
Yeah, halfway tight.
And then you would really be putting Andrew
I think this is
Schnider
the
under all
shot.
sorts of pressure.
He doesn't really... Yeah, the only shot for 2 he's going to have is the in off. Yeah. Just biting center is going to be fine. We can split center, that's fine too. Biting center. This track's going to be a little bit slower, right?
Final throw of the first half
There's something under it.
of our featured game. It
Lines
is
up there, hair tight if anything.
the skip for the US team, Corey Dropkin.
Keep it out there. Hey, whoa.
This team doing an excellent job of frustrating Swiss ambitions today.
Good.
And yeah, not much wrong with that.
Yeah. Just tried like spin as straight as it could.
You can see the idea here, viewers. Red onto yellow onto red onto yellow. That's a lot of work for 1 point though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's like the
I'm not
last
quite sure how
I could feel something under it.
we can get any more out of this.
Is he trying?
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, not much choice.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's at least get something on the board. And speaking of getting points on the board, update from sheet 3.
Unless the yellow is staying.
A ridiculously aggressive game going on over there. And the Norwegians again came straight back with a 2. So in the game of Whyte, Scottish champions versus Lucas Høstmælingen, world junior champions. It is 4 each at the halfway for them. And well-made shot from Andre. A lot of work to score 1 point, but let's hope that has steadied the ship. An important point on the board
Coming in behind you.
for Schnider's team. Yeah, it's important to
Good end.
keep the attitudes positive here.
Just keep going.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
Really got to focus on your shots. Try not to let your head go down. Of course, the shots for the US are easier.
Yeah.
They just need to keep things clean. They don't need to take risks here.
They're going probably double centers.
And they just need
You
to
wanna stack 2 and
keep their heads up here.
first one top.
In contrast, an excellent first half for the US. Could hardly be going any better.
Anything different in the ice you guys seeing?
Looking for their first win, Dropkin's team. They lost to Klima last night.
Yeah, but we might see it come down, so just keep watching there.
Okay.
We've had a whole bunch of
Get in.
surprise results already. Edin's team,
Avwische, wenn's geht.
they are also 1-1. They lost last
Okay,
night
geht
to
viel, geht viel.
Marco Hösli's Swiss team.
Abschlusszeiten.
I think it was in 6 ends.
Was ihr sagt, ihr sagt.
And Yannick Schwaller's Swiss champions, not having a very nice weekend at all. They lost to the most popular man in curling, Yves Stocker. They also got chased off the ice in 6 or 7 ends. And, well, I wouldn't say struggling against Wouter Gösgens Netherlands team on sheet 4, but a close game. They're certainly not dominating the Dutch at all. That's how it goes in Baden. For most of these teams, this will be their first competition
Line's
for
good.
quite a few months. And yeah, if you want to get a big scalp,
We got room
here is
right
a
now.
good place to do it.
Lots
We
of
have all the best teams.
Seen Rock go this straight.
We have 20
Go ahead,
of
go
the
ahead,
best
go ahead.
teams in the world.
Hard. Good dump.
We had a waiting list this year. It's very popular. And yeah, if you want to beat one of the best teams, now is a good time to try when everyone has had a few weeks off for summer break and maybe not fully back in the curling rhythm. And we've already seen some upsets this weekend. I'm sure there will be more to come.
Richtig gut. Sieht gut aus. Richtig ist super.
It is so difficult to win this competition, as we found out doing last year's quiz. A Scottish team has never won this competition. Always so well supported from the Scottish teams,
By the center line.
but still waiting for our first Scottish champions. Will that be this year? Our defending champions That's the Italians. Joe Retornaz's team. They're back again.
Yep.
It's very difficult to defend your championship as well.
Hard to stay
Not
up
too
the
many
guard.
teams have done that. Actually, no team has ever done that. No team has ever won twice in a row. And giving away all the answers, we will be having halftime quiz. It's coming back. We found out all kinds of interesting things last year about funny travel stories with the teams, who's always last coming to practice, who gets up early in the morning, who doesn't get up early in the morning. And there's more to come, viewer. And we again have fabulous prizes to win, so stay tuned for halftime trivia.
Yep.
The other way of thinking of this game is that, well, okay, if we're going to have a bit of a nightmare game, let's get it out of our system. We've got 4 games. All the teams this weekend play at least 4 games.
Sorry, Coach. Good shot.
And you can still you will still qualify. If you win 3 games out of 4, you will still qualify.
Breathe.
Not close to play.
But it doesn't do much for confidence if you're not quite on top of your game. And yeah, I know we always say it, but it doesn't stop being true, and it's particularly true this year. There really are no easy games at this level. Andrew's team also will need to play Klima from Czech, the Czech team, Mouat from Scotland, and Waddell from Scotland. They can win all 3 of those games and they would still qualify, but their confidence will be a little bit fragile at the moment.
This looks like you throw it down the center line and you make it pretty. Or that way.
Corey Dropkin, they already played Klima. They will play Bruce Mouat later on, the early evening draw. And they have the morning off tomorrow, and then they will play Kyle Waddell's team to finish off. So tough draw for everyone. There truly isn't an easy group or an easy game. We saw that yesterday, our very first featured game. That was last year's champions and #1 team in the world, Retornaz from Italy. They were playing the new men's team from Philippines in their 2nd season together, and that went all the way. They forced Joel to draw the pin. And it's true that not all of the folks in the men's team from Philippines, not all of them came directly from Philippines for this weekend, but that's not the point. The point is there are no silly teams at this competition. Every stone is important. You have no time to find your feet. You have no grace to make a mistake. Our next featured game on this sheet in the afternoon draw at 2:30 European, that is Edin versus Totzek, both of them on 1 win and 1 loss, so that will be an intriguing matchup. It's less unusual than you might think that Edin's team maybe drops a game in the round robin. It does happen.
I was pretty through with it.
I wouldn't like to play them in the quarters or the semis, but yeah, from time to time they do drop a game early on in the rounds. But yeah, that will be an intriguing lineup. And at 5:30, the early evening draw, we have a belter. It's Yannick Schwaller, Swiss champions, against Ross Whyte, Scottish champions. I can't wait to see that one.
All right.
And how is Schwaller getting on? They started with a loss yesterday against Yves Stocker's team. Well, big brother Yannick wouldn't be pleased with that. His younger brother Kim Schwaller, what a signing that has been for Team Stocker. So bragging rights to Kim Schwaller for that game.
Continue playing though.
Poor old Swiss just not catching a break in this game.
No harm in wasting it.
The US, they would just be interested in keeping the scoreboard ticking over. They don't need to take any risks there. +4. If they just score this end, score 7th end, the pressure is still all on the Swiss. Well, we saw this again in the previous game. That's the right shot from Andre. He's hoping that the US will get this angle wrong. If the US just pokes this red straight through and leaves their own shot lying around for a guard, that's the most likely way for the Swiss to try to steal a point here, and steal they do need to. They can't let the US get any further away from them. Big weight from Corey Dropkin. Unless he hits this square on the nose, this is definitely going to roll, and roll it does. So a bit of target practice for Andre. If you're trying to hide a shot in plain sight, viewer, my recommendation is 8 foot front of house and just off to the side. I think pretty much where Andre is aiming for here. Oh no, he's probably going in behind that guard actually, silly me. But yeah, if you don't have any guards and you're trying to hide a stone in plain sight, go for 8 foot front ring, well front 8 foot, about halfway up. And even that one running on a little bit. None of the Swiss really settling with the weight. Important for them is to really try and stay mentally tough here. They don't want to lose confidence for the rest of the competition. These things happen. You just have a game that just will not go your way. But let's try and finish strong. That is an additional point to the US. They are now leading 6 points to 1 after 5 ends. This game starting to look like too big of a mountain to climb for Schnider's team. But important is to let's have a tidy finish. Let's play good shots in these final ends in this game to take some confidence into the rest of the competition. This is their first game in the competition, Schnider's team. And a really tough start for them.
Give them like just a little extra the edge. Andrew, do you like the slide in that one? What'd you see?
I'll tell you when you get back. It's always straight. Line's good. Crossing it just a touch, maybe. Not done.
I reckon then one more end of trying for the Swiss. If they can build an end here, maybe get 2 on the board. Probably worth playing on. Otherwise, they've got plenty of curling still to come. They have another game today. They may decide that enough is enough for this first game, and let's keep our energy for a better second game. But let's hope they start putting 8 shots out of 8 together.
You're to it, it's okay. It's a little wider. You're going to probably have to curl. Always curl. I think you freeze it, it just has to curl though. Get it to nose if you can. Yep. Good time. Just a little bit of that, like, started a hair tight, like first motion, and I've seen you like, kind of like throw it straight to get it back, and just kind of let it go. But it just felt like the first motion was a little tight, and you kind of got like, your angle was a little like square-ish, if you know what I mean? Like,
I didn't want to throw it back
So
at all.
Christian Heinemann
Nosing's better than
having a decent game.
it's kind of what I saw though, like.
But the Swiss just really struggling to make good with a nice setup. But plenty of games still to come. As I said, they have 3 more games. Schnider's team didn't play yesterday evening, so this is just their first round, their first game in this competition. And if they win the next 3, they will still qualify for quarters. But important to finish strong here, build that confidence up for their next round.
Line's good. Yep. Okay, well then.
Schnider will play Kyle Waddell's team from Scotland at 5:30. So we shall be keeping an eye on that. Waddell's team running into Bruce Mouat's team in their first round match. And Mouat's team off to a really bright start. That was a fairly straightforward win for Mouat's rink. So both Kyle Waddell and Andrew Schnider's team will be battling for the points at 5:30. We will be watching Yannick Schwaller against Whyte. I can't wait. Schwaller starting off with maybe a little bit of a surprise loss yesterday evening to my good friend Yves. And not having it at all their own way in this second round game against Gösgens of Netherlands. They're in their 5th end, but it is 3-2 to the Dutch. And it is the Dutch who have last stone here, with all kinds of stones in the 4-foot, but as we know, that's pretty normal for Gösgens' team. They always play that really aggressive style. Oh no, my mistake. I was getting my colours muddled up. There are a whole bunch of Swiss stones in the 4-foot. Also not a surprise.
It's good, Coach.
Should have thrown it harder. Actually, not bad. Should have thrown it harder.
Ja, de roze op 2.
We'll finish with a real fun game this evening. We saw them for the first time yesterday. It is Mark Pfister's team representing a brand new country in curling, the Philippines. And we shall have a second chance to watch them at 8:30 this evening. They will play Michael Brunner's Swiss team. And you may think, oh yeah, that I would expect Brunner's team to win that. Well, I imagine Brunner's team will be treating this with maximum respect. We watched the Philippines. We watched them push Retornaz, the #1 team in the world. He pushed Joel all the way to the final stone. And we had a great time watching that together yesterday. There were loads of fans for Team Philippines here in the club. Loads of fans online. And if you want to come to the club, you are most welcome. There was a really fun atmosphere last night. I think we shall have a bunch of visitors again today and over the weekend. Otherwise, join us here in the virtual club, also fun.
Take 3/4.
Okay. Go with that.
You want peel?
Yeah.
Yikes. Look what's happening on sheet 4, viewer. That was a huge oopsie from the Dutch with their last throw. All those stones around the 4-foot remained around the 4-foot. After Walter's final throw, I think he found a port that you would hardly think was there, and that is a massive seal of 5. Yannick Schwaller, so they will be counting their lucky stars. A huge let off for Schwaller's team there, but well, fair enough. They had a whole bunch of stones to tempt him. It is the Swiss who have last stone in the 6th end of our featured game. They really struggled to maximise having last stone advantage. They're desperately trying to bring that guard into play. Not quite a corner guard, not quite a centre guard. And again, a brave try, but just rolling into the open. That's rather the story of poor old Schnider's game today.
You mean peel? Nose is fine.
Good morning, Benaya. I hope I said your name correctly. Welcome to you. If you want to say hello in the chat, or if you want to ask a question, or maybe you have support for your favourite team, we do love to chat. Another chance though for Schnider. That guard is still out front. So another chance to, you won't see a huge weight here, controlled weight. They really want to use that yellow to get behind that guard.
Well done. Had any plot. Whoa. Curl. 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 Okay, dan zie je uit de kuilen. Ja, kuilen. Ja, verlengen. Ja, ja, ja.
Oh, actually, just going for the direct draw. That's a fine idea as well. They're not quite finding the roll, even with that gentle hit weight, even just backline hack weight. They weren't quite getting the rolls correct. And maybe Andre deciding, you know what, I think it might be easier to draw directly behind. And then with his 2 stones, clear out the centre from there.
That's pro side. Hack weight. Let's see about that ice. Okay. I thought so too.
Over on sheet 3, they are also in their 6th end. They seem to have finally taken their foot off the gas a bit. Ridiculously aggressive game going on over there, but it was just a single point finally to Ross Whyte's team in the 5th end, and they lead Lucas Høstmælingen's World Junior Champions from Norway. They lead them 5-4.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Well, I think that's about the first mistake we've seen from the US. They also need to concentrate. They are in a very nice position in this game, 6 points to 1 ahead in the 6th end.
Weight wasn't bad.
But you still need to concentrate. You still want to close this game out professionally.
Not enough back.
Maybe. Probably been ice too. Think of a really big ice.
Ooh, Tom's real announcements asks, who do I think the final will be between? Goodness me. Gosh, I think there's about 7 teams I think could get to the final here. I would not be surprised to see another Scotland-Italy.
A little shy of being too much back, but
and this time, I'm remembering that remarkable final we watched last year between Cameron Bryce and Ross Whyte that knocked the stuffing out of both of them actually. And yeah, I wonder if Ross Whyte might just about edge it this time. So I will say I think a Ross Whyte Joe Retornaz final. There, I said it. I'm going a little bit on previous performance in this competition, as well as having a look in the first couple of rounds. Yeah, there are certain teams that this competition doesn't always suit. So yeah, Bruce Mouat's team, not always a happy hunting ground for the European champions here. Edin's team, they have won this competition, of course. Let me count how many times. 1, 2, just twice actually. No, 3. There we go, yeah. I thought it was more than that. 3 times. Last time they won was 2020. So they have won this before. But yeah, I'll say Ross Whyte Retornaz. And at long last, battling Andre Schnider's team finally have a chance to score 2. And that is testament to them keeping their nerve here. We saw more mistakes from the US in the 6th end than we have in the previous 5. And as I said, they need to concentrate as well. You don't want to lose concentration even though you're in a very comfortable position in a game.
Is he? I think so. I probably would too. So much room to roll.
So come on, Andre. It's been a really tough start for Schnider's vice Swiss champions. Nice and careful. 2 points on the board. Well done. And if I was picking a wild card to get to the final, I'm going to go for the young Norwegians.
Pointy, huh?
They seem to keep getting better and better. I wouldn't quite say they've got nothing to lose anymore. When we first saw them a couple of years ago, I hadn't seen anything of them, and by the end of that weekend, well, there were 19 teams who knew all about them. And yeah, they just keep getting stronger and stronger. They're coming in here as the World Junior Champions.
Yeah.
History. Yep.
Yeah, one lineup change from the World Championship winning team, the Norwegians. But 2, 3 and 4, exactly the same. So yeah, they are really announcing themselves on the world stage.
Line's good. Yep. Yep. Hard, guys.
And guess who was runner-up in the World Junior Championship, viewer?
56.
It was Italy. Not Retornaz's team, obviously. That sounded ruder than I meant it, but yeah, none of them under 21 anymore. But yeah, it was Zanna's team that we've seen a little bit of at some of the competitions, and great to see them getting stronger and stronger as well. And bronze for the World Juniors, it was Denmark. So some traditional countries getting back on the podium again.
Whoa.
Norway medaling bronze in the ladies in the World Juniors as well, so Norway really staying strong out there.
Okay, line's nice.
Tom's rail announcements. He thinks that Mouat's team going to come good
Line's
this year.
good.
So let's see how they're getting on. They
Line's
are
great.
4-3 ahead on
Good
sheet
getting there.
1. They're in their 7th end, and it is Mouat's team with last stone. They're
47.
playing
Freeze, phone off.
Klima's team from Czech Republic. On sheet 3, Whyte's team, they stole a point from the bright young Norwegians.
Whoa, no landing.
And they're in their 7th end. It is Whyte Scottish champions. They are 6-4 ahead. And after A huge whoopsie from the Netherlands over on sheet 4. What a game changer that was. It was a huge steal of 5 for Yannick Schwaller's Swiss champions against Waddell Høstmælingen Netherlands team, and Netherlands
Single's not the end of the world.
straightforward draw for a single here in the 6th, but running out of ends to catch Schwaller's team again.
Whoa! Whoa! Yep! Yep! Yep!
Freeze!
Jeez, not getting this right. I'm not calling them right. Curling off that center line, a little harder than I think is going to work. Throw it nicely.
The curling fun is on all day long. Our next game is at 2:30 European, so in 90 minutes. And that is everyone's favourite Niklas Edin. The Swedes will be playing against 16 Totzek, both teams on a win and a loss. That will be an important game for starting to see which teams are rising to the top of the table. We start off with 20 teams in 4 groups of 5. Each team plays the other 4 teams in their group, at the end of which we rank 1 to 20. And it's a straight win or loss. We typically end up with a big pile of teams with 2 wins and 2 losses, at which point it goes to your cumulative last shot draw. There's an interesting situation developing in our 7th end.
Oh, sorry. Richtig gut!
I will be back at 5:30 for the early evening clash between Schwaller and Whyte. I need to recharge the chat batteries over the afternoon.
Either way.
I'm okay with that. Yep. Hard.
Hard.
Hard. Hard. Thanks.
Good. Nochmal kort. 2.
Remember what I said at the beginning of this game, team? I said André Schnider. I've really got a soft spot for watching André because he just never knows when he's beaten. We'd be wondering what's for lunch and thinking about just getting off the ice and going to eat, but that's not what he's thinking. And finally, some reds hanging around in play here.
We're 1 and 3. Still thinking this though.
Yeah.
Even just making this.
That's their guard. That's what we're just going to score. We win. Hit the top of the ball one. Yeah.
It is the US with last stone though.
You might lose it.
They will have the final say in this round, in this end.
Yep. Hard.
Well, gosh.
Wow.
Well, Andrew Schnider, if you wanted a sign from the curling goers, who can be very capricious, this is true, I think that's it.
It's okay. It's okay. It's pretty funny though.
So, lying 2 reds for the first time in a long time. And Andrew Schnider finally with a chance to put some pressure on the US team.
Yeah.
Curl!
Huh?
Somehow they've managed to lose all the curl on that side.
We just
And that's found a nice spot.
absolutely spin it. Like,
Trying to make the roll.
I think we just do this, and basically, we can make this. Yeah.
I mean, they're playing it, so it's either them sticking a run or making a hit roll.
Yeah. Let's make this.
Okay.
And even if we lose it back here, it's
Den
fine.
aan kan jullie al die mensen.
10-5.
I like that.
Let's see. 10-5 ice.
Tijd om van 2 punten en
Thinking right here.
dat is nog een overleg.
I like that.
Strategically obvious, but you've got to execute.
If it hangs, we can make the double. If it hangs. Let's try to make the roll.
Gaan jullie dit liever? Maar logo zeg maar. Kunnen we boosten dit gewoon?
Fully buried would be good. We can even lose it back there.
Ja. Eigentlich moet gewoon stem aan het fluit stellen. En dat is heel klaar.
Clean.
Clean.
Close. Yep.
Oh! Yep!
Yep.
Down weight from Corey Dropkin, who wants this yellow to hang around.
Hard.
Hard! Whoa!
Okay, it's good.
It does hang around, but it is behind tee.
Pretty good. Good sweep.
There is space for Andrew Schnider with his final throw in this 7th end
Look from the hack, it looks like a big hole from here.
to sneak a red in behind cover. On the left of the screen, that's what Andrew's looking at from the hack.
Yeah. No.
Two, I guess, two.
Fine, John, but
Feeling good?
Last throw for the Swiss team. In the 7th end, they've really had it hard this game. Of course, that's going to need every inch of sweeping. And that is going to come up short, sadly. Line was on point, but a highly makeable draw for 2 here for the US.
Got a good practice draw here. Like the back or then after that, the slower. Yeah. Maybe aim for like a 10.
Corey Dropkin's team then from the US, they are already lying, 1 yellow. This for a second point to push the score out to 8-3, and I think that would surely be enough for the Swiss.
Got a curl for that.
Really difficult first round they've had here.
Feel that big.
If you can, Tom. Yep.
Really? Wow.
Lucky you, US, that you had, in German you call it a Bremsstein, a brake stone, a stone that breaks the path. I still think that's 2.
I'd swing it.
What'd you time?
Yeah, sure.
Or is it? I don't think it makes too much difference, viewer. A score of 7-3 or 8-3.
Yeah. Thought I liked it.
Yeah.
Well, we're all having a look at it. I think Andre's team deciding, 7-3 or 8-3, it's too far at this level. Doesn't really matter. A win is a win. The score irrelevant in terms of your final standing. And that means that Team US with Corey Dropkin, they go to 1 win and 1 loss. Bouncing back from last night with a really strong performance from them. Andrew Schnider's team, not a nice start in this competition for them, but they've got 3 games left. They will be back at 5:30, and still plenty of points out there. And hopefully they will be taking better confidence into their next game. But that's the final result from our featured game here in Baden.
Oh yeah.
Our next round, it will be Niklas Edin's team playing 610 Totzek of Germany. We'll see the teams here on sheet 2. They're doing last stone draw for their next round at 5:30, but we will next be watching Edin Totzek at 2:30. You'll have to do that one yourselves, because I will be recharging the chat batteries for the big fight at 5:30. It is Yannick Schwaller versus Whyte, and I can't wait. Do join us back for that one. You can keep an eye on the other games on sheet 3 and 4 on the static cam meanwhile. Bruce Mouat's game looks like it has finished. I'm not sure which way. I'm guessing Mouat, because they were already ahead.
Wow.
Line's nice.
Let's see what the split time is. It was running about 15 earlier on.
Hair room right now.
So a split time of 15 from
15-2, it's curl.
hog to hog was about T-line, and it looks to be still about T-line.
You got it. Hard.
Oh, lovely throw. Look at that. And for an encore, I shall cover the hole.
Let's go. Very important.
So good luck to these 2 teams in their next round. I will be back at 5:30. You guys should come back at 2:30 for Edin Totzek. Thanks for your company for this game. Bye for now.
Nein. So, ja, ist gut.
Tell you what, that intern's dialed. Outturn is a little bit of work.
Stier! Zählen beide oder nur der zweite? Nein, nur der zweite. Wow. Bullshit. Haben wir ein schwieriges Resultat wenigstens? Sollen wir jetzt Schei übernehmen?